the better part of the man, is soon plowed into the soil for comfort. By a seeming fate, commonly called necessity, they are employed.
We worked really hard to have this opportunity and to come up short. You know, it's tough. You know, I think there's always a lot to learn from, and we get the opportunity to reflect on some of the things we didn't do, could have done, but you know, I think there's a lot to learn from it. You know, I always hold myself to a very high standard. In everything that I do, and you either win or you lose, or you either win or you learn. That's how I feel. You either win or you learn. So, as always, win, lose, or draw, I always reflect on the things that I could have done better, things we could have done better, to try and take that next step, and that'll be the same process that goes on now.
Welcome to Plus the Foul. I am your host, Jay Law Style. Well, I mean, listen, all good things come to an end. And by all means, this was a stellar season for the Philadelphia Eagles. They truly did exceed my expectations, even though I really pegged them as a Super Bowl team. In the beginning of the season, preseason, I didn't have them going to the Super Bowl. I had them losing in the NFC Championship game, but they got there. And when you get there, you got to finish the job. And they did not do that. Offense played wonderful. Defense, however, they didn't even show up in this goddamn game. Well, in the first half, they did. Let me correct myself. In the first half, the defense showed up, holding that Kansas City Chiefs offense to 7 points. But I'm going to give it up to the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations, Super Bowl champs. They defeated the Eagles 38-35 in what some may say controversy at the end. A penalty that costed the Eagles an opportunity for a game tie-in, or dare I say, game-winning drive. But that's neither here or there, because I'm going to call it like I see it, and this defense did not show up. They didn't record a sack. They didn't get a turnover in this game. And in a game of this magnitude, those are the little things, the sacks, the turnovers, getting off on third down. Those are the things that help win Super Bowls. Defense wins Super Bowls. The Eagles defense did not show up. And for the most part, neither did the Kansas City Chiefs defense. But I will say, when they had to make a play, they actually made a play. They forced the Eagles to punt in a situation I thought they should have went for it on fourth down. Hell, you weren't stopping the Chiefs, so why not go for it on fourth down? This has been your MO all season. But they elected to punt. What happened? Special teams let them down. A 65-yard return back to around the 5-yard line. Easy setup for Patrick Mahomes and that offense. Jonathan Gannon. I told you guys about this bum. First off, thank God. Thank you, Arizona Cardinals, for hiring this clown. Thank you very much. Good riddance. His soft-ass style of defense, it just drives me and fellow Eagle fans bananas. All right, this bend but don't break defensive scheme. Allowing your front four to get basically manhandled by the Chiefs' offensive line. Let's just call it what it was. They manhandled that defensive front. And for the simple fact that Patrick Mahomes was wounded in the first half, you can clearly see he was hobbling. He was having a difficult time back there. And the Eagles still elected not to bring any pressure. They still elected to play 5-7 yards off these receivers, giving everything underneath. I believe Patrick Mahomes, his longest completed pass was 22 yards of some sort? I mean, I'm sorry. The offense played phenomenal for the Philadelphia Eagles. They played phenomenal. Jalen Hurts, was 27 of 38, 304 yards, touchdown pass, 0 interceptions. He also had 15 carries for 70 yards and 3 tubs, a passer rating of 103.4. However, he did have that one blemish in the first half, losing the football untouched. Kansas City Chiefs pick it up. They go in for the touchdown. Now, in a Super Bowl game, you cannot give up defensive scores. This is the difference in winning and losing games. I'm not going to say the Eagles lost that. However, you take those 7 points away, who knows? Who knows how the first half end? Quez Watkins. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Should we just go ahead and let Quez Watkins go? I feel like you either got it or you ain't got it. All right? Jamar Chase, he got it. Okay? Justin Jefferson, he got it. Devontae Smith, he got it. Quez Watkins, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. I'm sick of this dude. He can't catch the football. He has all the speed in the world. His route running can be a hell of a lot better, but he has some of the worst hands. Almost Jalen Reagor-like. And come on, we all know about Jalen Reagor. But this defense, man, and Jonathan Gannon, I'm so glad he's out of there. The Eagles need a defensive coordinator who thinks aggressively. This is the Philadelphia style. Bring pressure, bring blitz, bring the big hits up in your face all game long. And once again, Jonathan Gannon let us down. The defense let us down. Now, Patrick Mahomes was 21 of 27 for 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 6 carries for 44 yards with a passer rating of 131.8. You can say Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes. I truly believe he did. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in this Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts balled out. I got no issues with Jalen Hurts. But in the second half, you see why Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the league. You see why most people will say that Patrick Mahomes already is a Hall of Famer. The kid shows up when they need him the most. And I got to give it to Andy Reid. Andy Reid always has some sort of wrinkle in his game plan. Now, they went into halftime. They made the necessary adjustments. And they came out and straight exposed the Eagles defense. It was truly embarrassing, if you ask me. It was absolutely embarrassing. And now the Eagles will go into this offseason. I mean, they have 17 free agents. 17 free agents, 9 of which I believe were starters. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, the only one that I really make a priority is Charlie Garner-Johnson. He's the only one that I will make a priority in signing this offseason. He is truly a stud. We can't afford to let him go. Everybody else, Howie Roseman, you're going to have to make your magic work. Some of these guys are going to have to take a hometown discount. And if not, it was nice knowing you. It was nice seeing you in that Eagles midnight green. But we got to do what we got to do. A good thing for the Eagles, we got the Saints' 10th pick of the draft this season, or this up-and-coming draft, I should say. We got our own first-round pick, so it's going to be interesting to see how Howie Roseman retools this team. Now, I gave Howie Roseman a lot of credit for building this team this season. But we as Eagle fans, we seen Howie Roseman hit and miss plenty of times and plenty of misses. He don't like the He don't like to draft linebackers, although he did last year in the Kobe Dean. But all in all, they don't seem to value linebackers like we think they should. He's a hit or miss when it comes to wide receivers, although he did a good job with Devontae Smith finally. But for the most part, it's been a miss when it comes to wide receivers. So it's going to be interesting to see how Howie Roseman retools this team. We all understand coming back next season, they're going to have a first-place schedule. So for everyone thinking that, the Eagles will be right back, it's a young nucleus. I love what I see on the offense. And even if they lose some players on the offensive line, I still like our depth. I still like the fact that we got Stoutland coaching these boys up. So I'm not too concerned there on the offense. But what are we going to do with this defense? Can we get stronger there? Because I feel like on the line, even though that there was depth, we're losing a lot of guys on the line if we can't get these guys resigned. So, again, hats off to the Kansas City Chiefs, man. It was a great Super Bowl. It was a great Super Bowl. Now, I'm not even going to look at the final penalty in the game, you should say. That holding call, it was ticky-tack. And I'm going to be honest, me as a referee, I'm not making that call, not on that stage. But I'm going to call it what it was. I mean, it was a hold. And to be honest with you, Bradbury was getting away with holding most of the game. If you paid close attention, he was getting away with some holding most of the game. But the referees wasn't calling it. They weren't calling it. And then in the final stages of the game, third down, Eagles got an opportunity to hold them to a field goal and get the ball back with about 1:40 to play, with an opportunity to drive down the football field and get a game-tying or game-winning drive going. The referees took it away. And I ain't mad at them because, hey, listen, man, it was a penalty. I'm going to call it the way I see it. It was a penalty. But refs, man, you can't make that call. You can't make it. But they did, and it is what it is. And that pretty much put a fork in the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl hopes. Rushing. Where was the rushing game at? Jalen Hurts, now he balled out. Like I said, he had 15 carries for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hello? Anybody see Miles Sanders? What the hell happened to Miles Sanders? Now, he's a guy that I don't think the Eagles are bringing back. I'm sorry. You know, the way I feel about running backs, they're a dime a dozen. So I'm not concerned of whether or not they bring back Miles Sanders. To me, he's not really an issue. But they're going to have to find a running back, to me, who can be that bell cow, that horse that we can count on for 3 downs. But the Eagles do like that running back by committee. But at the same time, I really feel like we need that workhorse running back. Eagles, 35 carries for 115 yards. You let the Chiefs outrush you in something that you specialize in. Now, I sat there and I said that Andy Reid don't even like to run the football. But I'll be damned. The Chiefs, 26 carries for 158 yards in this game, outrushing the Philadelphia Eagles in their own game. Defense, man. The defense was just getting straight gashed in the second half. Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. This one going to sting for a little while, man, because I really felt like we were the better team. I really felt like we just outplayed the Chiefs. But you couldn't tell in the second half. Chiefs scored on every damn drive. God damn. Every drive, man. Just couldn't do anything with Patrick Mahomes. And like I said, I'm so damn glad Jonathan Gannon got hired. Thank you very much, Arizona. Thank you for taking that problem off our hands. Good luck with that. I mean, Eagles even dominated the time of possession. Had the ball for over 35 minutes. Chiefs had it for a little over 24 minutes in this game. But when it mattered the most, Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City Chiefs offense made the plays. The Philadelphia Eagles and that soft-ass defense made 0 plays. I don't want to hear about the Jalen Hurts fumble. I don't want to hear about the penalty that could have, should have, would have. Who cares? You didn't get the stops when you needed to get the stops. So again, hats off to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning this year's Super Bowl. And we as Eagle fans, we can only hope that we get an opportunity next season to be back on this stage. And hopefully the results are much, much different. Well, that's all I got for you guys. If you're new to this channel, hit that like button, man. Hit the like button. It just helps out the algorithm for your boy, push out the content. Subscribe to the channel. And make sure you turn on your notifications so you can get notified of when these gems drop. NBA is up next. Peace out.